Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to learn how we can automatically create PDF and documents from docxtpl library. This is a very powerful library, so it will be a fun. My younger daughter's birthday is coming in this couple of weeks, so my wife and my elder one planning for a birthday party for her. So I thought this is a good idea to automate project where we can automate the birthday invitation for her friends, and so that I can show you also this docxtpl library, very powerful library it is, how we can automate this particular project. I have two CSV file with me. One is the invitee.csv file where I have all the invitee list with me. These are her 5 friends. We are going to invite them, but here we are working with the 5 friends, but you can have hundreds, thousands. You can automate that in just one click. We'll see very soon. It's a very powerful one. I have another CSV file we have where we have the event schedule. What are the events we have, like cake cutting, magic show, etc. So this will be all automatically get into the birthday invite. Let me show you how the output looks like. All the PDF and doc will create like this. Let me open one. You see, I opened for one of her friend here. Here we have a birthday banner, and you see all this event information automatically generated. We are going to generate PDF files also, something like that as docx. Let's see how we can achieve this. We'll start this project with creation of the birthday template, that is docx template. So this is my template here. If you see, we have a static text or some dynamic text also. Whichever the text you see into the double curly braces, these are variables which are dynamic, which will be inserted from my program dynamically. Left hand side is my template, right hand side is the output of it. If you see, the banner image will be replaced by a image like happy birthday, and the name will be replaced by the name of the invitee, something like that. All the text which are enclosed by double curly braces, those are variables. Now if you see in this particular table, here you see the table will be generated from the schedule, the CSV file. Here I have a 6 rows. There could be more rows like 10, 15 rows. All can be dynamically generated from this particular code. This is called a Ginger 2 code. You see there are 2 for loops. One for loop in top for these 3 columns. These columns will be dynamically generated with this for loop. Here another for loop which is for the rows of this table. The rows also will be dynamically generated. When you are writing the for loop, if you notice that we are only one curly brace, not a double curly brace. Double curly brace only for the variables. But when you're using a for loop or the Ginger 2 expression like if else condition, here in the docx template is always will be the one curly brace, and then percentage, and then TC here is the I am generating the columns, right? So that's why the table column TC, and then my for loop. Here a schedule head is again the variable. And the for SCH call, think about the iterator variable. The simple for loop I am writing here. Same here for the rows also. Here for a row again I am writing a for loop. Here TR is the table row which will be generated by this for loop. SCH row is the iterator variable. For iterator variable SCH row in schedule is again my variable which will pass it from my program. Hope this is clear, and then I am ending the for here. When we'll see the code, you will understand this. All this variable is nothing but are dictionary keys in my program. I will explain it to you when we'll go to the program. One point I just want to bring your attention here. If you see the name here, host name here, these are different colors I put, and I put it deliberately because to show you one thing. This is very cool thing here in this docxtpl library, that whatever the styles you are using in this template for this particular variable, when it generates a docx file out of this variable and this to a template, it will keep those style intact. Let me show you the one output file. So you see this Priyana name is pink color, and the host Sushmi and Jia is a green color. So that is the power of this particular tool. So it keep the styles you mentioned when you're creating the template. Cool, right? Before you start writing a program, 2 libraries you need here, which you need to install because these are not standard library of Python. So first is the docx templates, which will be used to create the docx files from the template. and as the docx to PDF, which will be used to convert the docx file to PDF. Go to your terminal in your VS Code and pip install docxtpl, hit enter. It will be automatically installed to your system. I already have this, so it's not installed for me, but it should be installed for you, okay, if it is not there. Another one is the pip install docx to PDF and hit enter. Once you have these two libraries installed in your system, you are ready to start coding. We have seen the docx file, that template I created, right? Let's see how we can use that particular template to create the different docx file with the docxtpl library. So let's see the code. So I created a one create invite, this particular function where I'm passing lst invite, that is my invitee list, which I am getting after reading the CSV file, the invitee CSV file. I will explain that I create another function here, get invitee list. I will explain that very soon. And event columns and list events is nothing but the schedule CSV file. I'm reading that the CSV file, right? You have three columns: event, start time, end time. Event columns, basically the list of these columns here, okay? And list lst events is nothing but the dictionary of these events. I am going to use this dictionary to create the tables in the documents, okay, when you automatically generate it. But before that, let's look into first the major concept on this particular project, that is how we are using this docxtpl. I am importing from docxtpl import docx template. This is the function I am importing, and I am executing this particular function. I am passing location and the name of my template file. The template file is this automation and then folder, and then there another folder is automate birthday invite, and then I have the template file here, party template or docx. I'm giving the full location of this particular template file here. I'm passing that in the docx template function. Once it executes, it will give me this docx template object, which I am storing into doc variable. Once I have that, I am iterating this invitee list. So invitee list, I have 5 friends of my daughter, right? So for each iteration, the one name will come up, and I am creating the context. I'm coming back on this. This is nothing but a dictionary, and these dictionary values will be used in the template to create the documents for out of it. But what are the values? I'll come there later. But here I am basically creating the dictionary, and that dictionary name is context, and I am then passing that context in the render method. I am executing this render method with the docx template object with the dot notation. I am executing it and passing this context in this render method. It creating the docx file for me, and then I am saving the docx file with the dot save method. And the dot save method, I am passing a parameter. This parameter is nothing but the docx file. Your new docx file you are creating, the name of that file and the location. And that again I am generating dynamically with the f string base for each invitee. See, invitee name. So invite, if you remember, this is my everything is happening in the for loop, right? And for each iteration, this invitee name variable has the each invitee. For example, Hiya, Riya, Priyana, all my daughter's friends are coming for each iteration, and with their name I am generating this particular invite for them with the docx file. Hope this is clear. And then once the docx file is with me, I have already imported that import docx to PDF, this particular library called convert, which basically used to convert a docx file to PDF file. So once the docx file with me, invite doc name, this is the docx file I have. I am using as the first parameter, and second parameter is the PDF name, which will be generated. Okay, then passing that in the convert method, and it will convert the docx to PDF. So now after executing this, I will have a one docx file for the invite and another PDF file for the same invite. So this particular convert method is converting docx to PDF, and this doc.save method basically saving the invite as a docx file into this particular location. If this is clear, then we will take a quick look into this particular dictionary, how this dictionary being created, okay, and how it's being used in the template file. Very interesting. I open this template in the left hand and right hand side. I have the dictionary in the code with me. So if I compare this two together, then it will be very clear to you how it's happening. So if you see, all the variables here is basically the key of this particular dictionary. See, in this context dictionary, I have a banner image key, generating the image or the putting the image in this particular template. So that is the key. Then name, then date, address, start time, end time, host, all are different keys here in this particular dictionary. So hope this is clear to you. Now if you look into the tables, that also there, you see in the table there are two for loops, right? In the top for loop, creating the columns of the table dynamically. Here in the for loop, the sequence which you are looping through, that is schedule head, this should be same as your dictionary keys. Here schedule head, see where I am passing this particular sequence, event columns. This is nothing but a list, right? I am passing there. So I am iterating that with this for loop. Next for loop is the SCH row, is nothing but is our iterator variable. It can be XYZ, anything, doesn't matter. But schedule is a dictionary, that is a sequence that I am passing through this particular dictionary key schedule. LST events is nothing but a dictionary which has a different keys like event, start time and end time. That I am using here with this iterator variable, and with the dot operator I am using that dictionary key, event, start time, end time, and that dictionary will be LST events dictionary. Like this it's working. One thing I think we should explain a little bit more regarding this particular banner image. You need to have one specific function, that inline image, that I am basically importing here with the docx template comma inline image. You see I'm using this particular function. This function takes multiple parameters. The major two parameters, one is your document docx template object, that is doc here this one, and then comma is the location and name of the image file. So here my location is the same folder, and the image file name is a birthday and .banner.jpg. I already have that with me. This is the JPEG file I have. So I'm going to use this. So that's location I'm giving here. And then what I'm giving, the width and height of that. So width is the 120 mm and height is again 50 mm. By the way, when you are using millimeter, then you need to import that too, and that also I'm importing here with the from docx.shared import mm. So hope in this particular function I created, the create invite is clear to you. In this function I have three parameters: list invite, event columns and list events. List invite is nothing but the invitee list. We'll see how it is being generated. Event columns is the table, the dynamic table, the columns of this table, again a sequence, and LST events are dictionary I'm passing through. We'll see how these are being generated, and after that I am using this docx template syntax to create the document and PDF. If it is clear to you, then we'll look into how we are creating the list invite. Okay, so I have an invitee list, that is an invitee.csv file. I have all the invitee names here listed with the name. In this particular function get invitee list, what I'm doing is I'm going to read the CSV file and get the invitee list from the CSV file into a sequence list. So I'm creating a first empty list, LST invitee. Okay, this is an empty list with me. Then I am with the with context manager, I am opening this particular CSV file in the read mode. RCSV nothing but the file handler. Then I am executing the reader method on csv.reader method and passing the file handler here in this particular reader method, and it will give me the iterable CSV reader object. So once I have the CSV reader iterable object, I am iterating in the for loop. But before that, I am iterating from the second row, because the first row is the column. Here I am executing the next method, which is basically reading the first row, and now my cursor in the second row. Now I am iterating from the second row of this particular CSV reader iterable object. I am appending that particular for each iteration. I am getting the invitee as a list, right? Then I am using this 0. 0 is the index. Basically it is giving the string of this particular list. I am appending into my LST invitee list, printing it. If I execute it, you will see I have all the list with me. That's what I need. So that's how I am creating the invitee list here. Hope it is clear. It's very easy. I am reading the CSV file and I'm returning this. When I execute this particular function, it will return me this invitee list. Next, we'll look into how you can executing the schedule CSV file and getting the schedule columns as well as the all the schedule as a dictionary. So let's look at the second one. So for the schedule one, I have a schedule CSV file with me, right? Populating that tables into a docx template. If you remember that we have 3 columns: event, start time, and end time. And the events are listed here, start time here, and end time here. Goal is we need this event, start time, end time, these columns as a list, and we need all the events as a dictionary. I created a get events underscore schedule, this particular function. I'm executing this function, and this function returning one tuples. The first element of the tuple is the event column, that is my columns list of this particular CSV file, and lst events is the dictionary. This is returning as a tuple, and when I am executing this particular function, I am storing this tuple in these 2 particular variables, event columns and lst events. That's what I'm doing. Let's see, look into that how this particular function is working. So what I did is I created a lst events empty list first. Here I'm going to append all the event schedule. Then I'm opening the CSV file with context manager, and in the read mode, schedule.csv, I'm opening it. Once I have the file handler with me, then I am executing the CSV dict-reader method. If you remember the previous one, we are having the invite list, we use a CSV reader method, but CSV has 2 methods, right? One is a reader, another dict reader. Dict reader gives me the things as a dictionary, right? So I'm executing this dict reader method and passing this rcsv file handler here, and I'm storing this in the CSV reader variable. Okay, I'm iterating this CSV reader iterable object, and for each iteration I'm getting each of the dictionary, I'm appending into the particular list, printing the event columns as well as the list events. Let's see in the first one, I have all the columns is as a list here, and all the events I have as a dictionary here. Let me show it to you. This is my all the events as a dictionary, and this is into a big list that I'm going to pass into a template, and then this is my columns name as a list here that we wanted, right? Now you may ask how you created the list. This is very simple. This list events is this dictionary list, right? This particular big list where each element is a dictionary. So if I am getting the first element, that is I'm getting this first one, right? This one. Okay, this dictionary, and then I am executing the .keys method on top of this. I am getting all the keys here, like start time, event time, end time, but I am getting the dictionary keys here. Then when I'm passing that in a list function, it will give me the list like this: event, start time, end time. This is pretty simple. So this particular function returning me the event columns, this list, and is also returning me this lst events, this particular dictionary also, and I am storing it into 2 variables, event columns and lst events. Hope it's clear to you. So now I have everything with me. Now if you look into the overall program, how it's working, I have 3 functions here. First function, get invitee list. I am reading the invitee CSV file here. From there I am generating this invitee list, and I am executing it. This particular function I am storing is returning the invitee list, right? And I am storing that invitee list in this particular variable lst invite. Next, what I am doing, I am executing this particular get event schedule, this particular function, and this particular function is returning me the event columns. That's the columns of this schedule CSV file. All the columns of this is event, start time, end time. This is returning me these columns, and lst events nothing but the dictionary of this particular CSV file. So all these events, so I am getting those. When I'm executing this particular function, it's returning this column's name as well as the dictionary as a tuple. I am storing those into these variables, like event columns is storing all the event column list, and the lst events variable is storing the dictionary of this particular schedule. I have everything with me now to generate the context. So I am executing this create invite function, and this create invite function taking 3 parameters: list invitee, which I'm passing here, which you get for the get invitee list function. Then it's taking the event columns or lst events, which got it from the get event schedule function. I'm passing those, and then I'm generating the docx, which I already covered, right? The invitee list I'm got iterating to for loop, and for each invitee name I am creating this particular context. where name is the invitee name. It is changing for each iteration. First is coming, say, Priyana, then Shibangi, Hiya, something like that. For each iteration coming, and then I am executing a render method, passing this context. It is creating the docx file for me, and then for the docx file, dynamically I'm creating the docx file name with that invitee name. I am passing the invitee name here. For each iteration, I'm getting the invitee name. I'm passing that here. So it is creating separate invite docx for each invitee, and then I'm saving it docx file. So once I have the docx file with me, I am executing this convert method of the docs to PDF library, and it takes two parameters. One is the docx file, the existing docx file, that is the invite doc name, and the PDF file I'm looking for, that I'm passing here. For PDF file name also I'm generating dynamically with the invitee name. For each invitee name is a separate PDF files, and I'm passing that, and it's giving me the PDF. That's it, done. Now it's ready to execute. Let's execute it. Before executing, let me show you. The folder is blank now. See, blank now. These are the files here. Let execute now. So it's generating the CSV file and PDF being generated. Done. Fine. Now if I open the folder, see all the files, PDF file and docx file generated. Let's open one. Let's open the here docx. A very great looking invite has been generated. Cool, right? So simple. I generated only for the 5 friends of my daughter, but you can, if you say hundreds also, you can generate it like that. Let's open a PDF like Priyana. Beautiful PDF file generated. Hope you like this today's one, and you see how powerful it is and how easy it is to automate this all your different works like this. In today's video, we have seen with a very fun project that how you can use this Docxtpl library and how you can automate your work, like creating the PDF and documents. Here I created the invitation document and PDF for my invitee list. Let's say I have 5 invite lists, but you may have hundreds. You can create those. I'm going to share this particular code with you in the GitHub repository. I'm going to share the docx template as well as the CSV files to you, so that you can practice this. You can modify this code and for your need or for your requirement. So in the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same concept, and I'm going to create and show you of how you can create automate report, like where we'll create the automated graph from the report data and append into the docx and PDF. So it will be real fun. And next video, I'm going to show you how you can extract data from the PDFs and do a lot of cool stuff from there. So lot of new fun things are coming on. So stay tuned. If you like today's video, then please hit the like button and share with others. If you're not member in this community, then I strongly recommend you hit in the subscribe button and get member in this community. But as you see, there are a lot of new things are coming up, and I upload new videos every week, and it will help in your career. See you to the next video. Till then, happy learning, happy coding. Bye.